Hey guys, so what I have in front of me are different PCBs from unassembled keyboards. These are all custom designed keyboards, which means they're not mass produced. What they all have in common is that they're all programmable, which means that you can assign each key to whatever you want. I'm just going to briefly go over each one right now. So let me reset the camera and then I'll do that. Okay, so first off, here's a couple KMAC 2s. This one is a Korean custom. Some keys support LEDs. Let's see which one it is. So the WASD keys here have LEDs. The escape and all the function row here, including the scroll lock and also the caps lock. And the rest of the keys actually don't have LEDs, so it's not completely backlit. This PCB here is actually it supports both KMAC 1.4 and KMAC 2 at the same time. The PCBs support only one layout, but it really depends on which PCB you have. So it can support both WinKeyless or WinKey, and the bottom modifiers can have 1.25 or 1.5. Okay, next is this Phantom PCB. It's unique because it can support a lot of different layouts all on the same PCB. So this bottom row here, you can see that some of the holes overlap, and this means that it supports both 1.25 or 1.5 size modifiers, as well as different spacebar sizes and positions. This side here, you can actually fill it all up with keys instead of just the typical arrow keys. So you can program this to be like a number pad with different function layers to have this home and page down, page up, home, or insert. The top row here, you can have standard function row with a tiny bit of space in between, or you can fill it all up with size 1 keys, so you don't have to have any spaces in between either. The controller is going to be from a Teensy controller. This is a breakout daughter board that's soldered onto here by pins, and this is where the main controller chip is going to be, and as well as all the other main electronic components. This board does not have any LEDs except for the caps lock and the scroll lock. And if you look really closely, you can see that this board is filled with a bunch of slogans and phrases. Alright, next. So this one here is a white PCB. It's a PS2 AVR. It's a variation of the A87, which is similar to the LZ PCBs, and this means that it should fit any LZ case. It does have full LED backlit on every single key. The main components are not soldered in yet, so you're gonna have to do your own SMD soldering right here. Alright, next. These few PCBs here are the GeekHack 60 PCBs, and it's named 60 because it's 60% of the keyboard size. And this is where you have the function keys up here and the side keys. These are actually integrated into different layers of this main keys right here, so that's why it's very small and compact. Here's just a size comparison. See, so you can see it's pretty much just this part of the keyboard right here, so it's very compact. What's unique about this one is it's also one PCB like the Phantom, but it supports just tons of different layouts in both ANSI and ISO. So I would guess about 20 different variations of ANSI and ISO, or you can even have custom hybrid layouts. because these holes here, you can see that they also overlap, so you can have different key positions. And the space bar right here has 3 different positions. It supports a lot of different sizes as well. This one in particular is actually a prototype right now. The main production one is actually running a group buy right now. So the ones here are a little bit different than what the final one's going to be, but the concept is still the same. Right now this one doesn't have a full LED backlit, but the final production one, I'm guessing it should have the WAS keys. This one does not come with any components on it, so I had to do all the SMD soldering. But the final production one, you can have a choice of having it pre-assembled, or you can just do it yourself. Alright, so next, okay, so this one is called Ergo Dox. It's a split design keyboard for ergonomic reasons, and hence the name. Here you see 2 PCBs, but it's actually one keyboard split into 2 hands. They're totally separate from each other, but they'll be joined by a cable that connects to both of them. And how it works is that each hand gets its own separate keyboard side, and your right hand will get this side. So you can position it however you want, whatever's more comfortable for you. You can have it wide apart or closer in, or just angle it at different positions. Also the keys here, they're not, each row is not offset. It's right on top of each other, but then there is a slight curvature so that it fits your fingers. Okay, so this one you don't see very often. And it's also based on the TNC controller, which you put right here. Okay. So next, alright, this last one I have to assemble is called the LZF. It's also another Korean custom keyboard. It doesn't have any LED support except for the caps lock and the scroll lock. And if I flip it over on the other side, you can see that it supports both through hole and SMD diodes. You can see here that the outside holes here are through holes for the diodes, and the 2 inside holes are SMD pads for the SMD diodes. So I guess whichever one you're more comfortable with soldering. I'm actually going to assemble this one right now, but I'm probably going to split up the video because it might be kind of long. So yeah, here's all the custom keyboard PCBs, and I'll be doing this one right now. Alright.